Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Matthew Day podcast. Today we're talking about episode 86. It's another cool hard and easy episode. All right. So, Dino,
So
would you like to go first?
yeah, okay, I can go first. So this episode in Samurai's word for me is a eh. It started out good, like it has good concept. I liked the new character of the day, Regina's backstory, and kind of how she was bullied, and that's why like her Glaceon is overly defensive. It started out good, like I enjoyed the first half. In the second half, just dragged on and on, and it was just so boring. It was like Regina, oh, I'm bullied, and Glaceon is unconscious. It's all my fault. And then she said it again, and then she said it again to another person, and then said it again to another person. And that's the second half for you. And yeah, well, I thought this episode could have been a good episode, but at the end it was just like, yeah, another standard EV filler episode, and they ran out of ideas half in the episode, so they just gonna pull something out of random, and yeah. Well, I would say this episode's overall rating is I'm generous with the rating. I would say 7 out of 10.
All right. So, this episode, eh, it was okay. It's like it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. So, I can't really say it was like, oh, this was a terrible episode, 0 out of 10. No, the beginning, like Dino said, it was kind of interesting. It's like it was a different approach, but then at the end, it kind of just is the episode over yet? Because it feels like the episode should have ended like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And honestly, like this episode was fine. I think the beginning was kind of funny with Go presenting Ash with that terrible art of his, but otherwise that's the only standout part I actually really think about in this episode.
Mm.
So I think we can go in and talk about the preview. So Dino, if you want to go first.
Yeah. So then we get to the preview. I think the preview is pretty solid. We saw Drake, the return of the Sinnoh home. No, not Sinnoh.
Oh, an
The
Elite Four.
Hoenn Elite Four. Yeah. And yeah, we finally got some more Hoenn continuity other than a lobster. And nothing against Corfish. I love Corfish.
You dang right you do.
Yeah. Then, we'll see if Drake remember Ash, and we have a little flashback. Journeys does
You
it quite
probably will.
often. Yeah. And then what interests me about the episode is that it is technically a Project Mew episode. Like in the preview, Drake said, "I can help you with the equipment if you catch me a Kindra." And what is interesting is I wonder what Go's actual trial mission is, because it's probably not catching the Kindra if that's a mission for Drake.
I
So
think
we'll
it's gonna
see.
be catching a Relicanth
Hmm,
because
that could be, but
Relicanth is related to the Regis, and Regis are legendary Pokemon, and Relicanth lives deep under the ocean, so Relicanth.
yeah. We There is a theory that Project Me is evil, which I think that would be actually quite an interesting plot line. And they have like I saw one tweet saying that all of the Tri mission has something to do with Pokemon hunters, like the Pokemon hunters that appeared during the Shiny Volcarona episode. The hunter then
Hmm.
kidnapped the what you call it, uh, the Ninetales. So there's a theory that Hidoka, like the leader of Project Mew, is like trying to clean up the mess that was done by his Pokemon hunters. So
Hmm.
maybe we'll get like some
That's a
ancient
stretch.
rune.
I think that's
Hmm?
kind of a stretch, but I see what you are going with this.
Yeah. Well, I would hope that it turns out to be true. So, although I like Project Mew, I think that would give it like more of a narrative depth in the overall in an overarching story of journeys.
Hmm.
Because do we have an evil team right now? No, we don't, right? Because Team Yell, first Team Yell is not really an evil team. Second, it hasn't appeared, so it could highlight give it a Evo D mark, and that would be interesting.
Mm, mm, mm. I definitely see what you're saying. My thoughts on the preview is that Drake the rapper is gonna be in Pokemon since when? Yeah, you guys know I was gonna make that joke, but otherwise, yeah, I actually like Drake because fun fact, the first episode of AG I ever saw was the Drake battle, so I have some nostalgic attachment to it.
Samurai has nostalgic feeling for something. Wouldn't surprise.
Yeah, I'm allowed to like things.
No, you don't. You never like anything.
No, I'm never hyped for anything. Not liking something and not being hyped for anything is two different things. Yeah, I thought the preview was nice. Looks neat. It's a Project New episode, so I know what to expect. But it's fun seeing some AG representative. Now I
Hmm.
think we can go into so BDSP is 1 week away. So well, not 1 week, like 5 days away, if I'm not wrong. But it's some time away. So we're
Hmm.
all very excited to see what these games have in store. We've seen some bad, we see some good, we see some about these games. A lot of people are excited and a lot of people are bashing it. So I wanted to get Dino's opinion on what he's gonna like. Is he gonna enjoy the game? What he's looking forward to? Like,
Yeah. Well, first of all, I massively changed my opinion of BDSP. Like a lot of new stuff that we have been seeing from BDSP actually made me think that it's gonna be a good game. By the way, I haven't read any like leaks, online leaks, so
leaks. Yeah, I know.
I only know the trailer stuff. But I'm still on debate whether I want to like buy the game since Legends Arceus is coming sometime, and I don't know if I want to. Like money isn't that much of a problem, but it's more like of do I want to like spend time and play that game?
Mm,
Why I have to spend time doing anything other
mm,
things, and I probably will buy Legends Arceus, which I will spend time playing on.
mm,
So yeah, I'm
mm,
still on debate whether I want to buy it.
mm. Well, when Sun and Moon remix come out, Dino will be the first person in line for Solar Sun and Lunar Moon.
Solar Sun, that's the best name you came up
Fine,
with.
fine, 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 fine. Helio Sun and Artemis Moon. There you go.
That's like calling Black and White remake dark black and bright white.
Okay, fine. Let's see. Because there has to be something involving with the sun. So,
Shining sun and gleaming moon.
no, golden sun and silver moon. Yeah,
Yeah, not
because those
not evoking any Gen 2 vibes or something.
exactly. Yeah, you get it. But yeah, these games look to be. I'm excited for BDSP. I saw the exclusives. I know which version I'm picking. Brilliant Diamond, of course. I know what my starter is. I'm gonna have fun, but I'm also gonna have fun with Legends Arceus too. I'm gonna buy both games. I'm not gonna plan to finish BDSP because it's Diamond and Pearl. Like when leaks came, I was like, it's a Diamond and Pearl, guys. How much could they really spoil? But yeah, one thing I'm very excited for these games.
Hmm.
Hmm. All right, so I think that's everything. Eternals looks okay, but I understand it's not for me.
Have you watched it, or is it just like
Like it just
trailer
does. It
material?
just. I looked at the trailers. It just doesn't seem like my type of movie. Also, something kind of turns me off because in every trailer they're like, "Yeah, well, we have this person, but why do I care about that person?"
Well, I think surprisingly, Eternals did a good job like introducing every character. Like,
N- My main issue is that it's trying to introduce me to so many new characters at once that I think a smaller group, like let's say there was five rather than like I think there's 10 of them,
yeah, there are 10.
would have been better.
Mm.
But otherwise, the other Marvel news, we got a bunch of Marvel news revealed for Disney Plus Day, like
Oh yeah.
the She-Hulk series getting an awful logo. That logo looks booty. We got Moon Knight, which both me and Dino are very excited for, as I could tell by his Twitter. We also got Spider-Man Freshman Year, an animated series. So we're finally gonna get another good Spider-Man animated series, hopefully.
Yeah, but talking about Spider-Man freshman year, I kind of like am not excited for that at all. Like we have Spider-Man as a character for like years, and now you're giving me an animated series about the backstory of a character we have seen 10 times, and
It's not.
of an
It's
existing
not.
character that already has been established. We already know how the character is, and now you getting me an animated backstory.
Okay, so like it's not a prequel, it's more like before he met Tony Stark, that's what the show's about.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But like we got a lot of animated titles. Like I have nothing against animations. Like I myself watch anime, but it's just
We know.
Marvel
We know.
animation. It just feels wrong.
Well, I grew up on Marvel animation, and Marvel animation can be good. Like shows like Spectacular Spider-Man, which I recommend every Spider-Man fan watch. Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes, the original X-Men, and some of the new X-Men shows, they're pretty good. Other than that, we didn't get much stuff revealed. Like other than we did get a what's the villain's name from WandaVision? Agatha.
Agatha,
Like
House of
honestly, I don't care
Cartoons.
for WandaVision. I know like a lot of my mutuals on Twitter do, but I never really cared for Wanda as a character. Kind of feels like she's a tad bit overrated, but I thought I think she's a fine character, but I think people overhype her a tad bit.
Yeah, I like WandaVision, but I really don't know what I'm gonna expect out of an Agatha series. I'm thinking
Yeah, I
like,
don't.
do I really need it?
Yeah,
Like,
that's why
of
I was like,
course,
nobody asked for it.
there are people saying if you don't like it, just don't watch it. But
That's
like,
it.
I'm a huge MCU fan. I feel obligated to watch every MCU show so I can catch up with the movies as well.
Mm.
And if the series come out, I will watch it whether I'm interested or not.
My main problem with the MCU right now is that it feels oversaturated. It feels like what Star Wars was doing a couple of years ago.
Mm.
Because for those who don't know, for Star Wars, so Star Wars had three movies, right? We all know about the three movies, right?
Mm.
Okay, so imagine in between those three movies, we have two TV shows. Okay, not too crowded, right?
Yeah.
And then we get a spin off movie. You see how things start to get oversaturated?
Mm.
And we got these movies every other year.
Mm.
So you see where things start to get oversaturated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But the
I
Marvel.
have like stopped keeping up with like Marvel content. Like like I said, I will still watch the shows, but I think it's like much more comfortable. Like Shang-Chi came out, like went in and I saw, yeah, it was a good movie, and I hadn't like I also watched What If, but generally I haven't been watching any Marvel YouTube videos after since then. And then I so yeah, Eternals came out, so I'm gonna go into Eternals. It's a pretty good movie. I enjoyed it again, and it feels good like that.
Like it feels like the MCU is kind of oversaturated at this point because we're getting TV show after TV show, then two movies, then another movie, which is why I'm not touching the MCU until Spider-Man comes out.
Mm. Like there are a lot of series I'm hyped for, especially like Moon Knight. I definitely want to see that. Oscar Isaac had also grew on me as an actor, but I think we definitely can cut down on some of them, like
Like I don't.
She-Hulk. Do we,
Yeah.
or Miss Marvel? Do we really need a whole project about it? Can Miss Marvel just be introduced in the Marvels and She-Hulk somewhere else? Like that's kind of the beautiful thing of about Phase One and Phase Two Marvel, that not every character got a own movie, but rather got introduced in other movies, focusing on other
Yeah.
characters. We also learned them as a side characters, and that's why it's a cinematic universe and not like just sequels and another sequel and another sequel.
Like Moon Knight's the only thing I'm really excited for because I get a Daredevil vibe from what they're gonna do with it. It's gonna
And
be like
Secret
its own
Invasion.
thing. The Secret Invasion, I'm not like hyper excited for it, but I'm interested in it.
I'm hyped for it, but I think it should have been a movie.
Hmm. Now, for it to be a movie, it needs to be built upon. But we also got word of a new X-Men series, which I'm also very excited for, as I'm a big
Oh
fan of
yeah,
the X-Men. So, like,
like
one day
it's
we're actually, one day I'm actually gonna draw the Masters Zetas X-Men. I know what Dino's gonna be. Dino's gonna be Nightcrawler. He knows why,
why am I Nightcrawler?
cause you make me feel blue.
Okay, and what are you, Logan?
Duh. Guy who's constantly pissed off all the time.
Oh yeah, that's Magneto.
Oh no, that's Sam. Sam's gonna be Magneto. No, if anything, Sam would probably be like Sabretooth because we're exact opposites.
No, you know who should be Magneto? Melmetal.
Oh my god, that works too well. Because his name is literally Melmetal. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. I'm so good.
All right, all right, all right. Okay, I think that's the Marvel news. Otherwise, nothing else was really revealed on Disney Plus today that we care about.
Never mind. I lied. I also kinda excited for Marvel Zombies, but I don't know what I'm expecting.
I'm not excited for Marvel Zombies because I know it's going to be exactly like the What If, and that was the weakest What If in my opinion.
Yeah, but isn't it kind of like then a positive aspect that it can redeem the lack of real zombie content we got from the zombie episode?
It's because the zombie episode felt like a Spider-Man pandering.
Personally, I think the episode was fine, but I get why people are kind of disappointed by it.
One thing I
Yeah,
will say is that we got Tobias Appreciation Day yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was
yeah,
Tobias
yeah, yeah,
Appreciation
yeah, yeah.
Day. Dino missed it because he was lame.
No, because you didn't bother to inform me about it.
Okay, first of all, Sam and Toho made the post about it, so I wasn't even involved with the planning of it. I kind of just made it happen
How can you like not involve in a Tobias Appreciation Day? That is like a crime.
because I didn't know what was happening. They never told me about it.
I played that gacha game from My Hero Academia, and I happened
Mm.
just to pull the event as their character 2 times, and then get all three event support card. And I also got Todoroki this morning, so my luck right now is on fire.
Dino, you know what you sound like? You sound like me whenever I talk about Fire Emblem. That's what you sound like.
Yeah, I know. Now you know
Well,
how it feels to listen to you.
no, no, because when I talk about Fire Emblem, I try to get everybody into the series.
Yeah, so everyone play that My Hero Academia gacha game.
I'm not playing the My Hero Gacha game. I don't care about My Hero to download a Gacha game about it. That My Hero is My Hero is I've kind of fallen off My Hero.
Yeah, I get you. I used to feel it more when I haven't watched that much anime.
Like I was a big My Hero fan in like ninth or I can't remember if it was ninth or 10th grade. I think it was 10th grade. I was a big My Hero fan, like really big. Like I made my own Hero OC. Oh my god, I made my own Hero OC.
Show me,
Oh man, I don't have the
send
pic.
it to me right now.
I don't have the picture right now. I lost it. I have to go check out my Instagram. But that's far, far back. Oh my. Oh, I remember him. Oh my god, I could not draw back in the day, but uh, I was a big My Hero fan. And then when I kind of just got burnt out on the series, so I just watch it casually now.
Yeah.
God. Kind of like with Marvel, I was a big Marvel fan for like a while in ninth and eighth grade,
Hmm. I hear you.
and then I kind of dropped it. But Iron Man is still like my second favorite superhero, even though I think everybody doesn't understand his character and everybody just thinks he makes rash decisions out of nowhere.
Hmm.
Like I'll be on Twitter and I'll be arguing with someone and they're like, "Yeah, but Tony said this." I mean, he wasn't wrong. Like, think about it. Every good thing that happens in the MCU has happened because of Tony. Tony caused like one bad thing. It was a really bad thing, and he feels guilty about it, which is why he caused so many good things to happen. I mean, I don't know what Dino's favorite superhero is. I never asked him about it.
That's a good question. I think in the MCU, from the original six at least, I like Captain America the most.
Wow, so we
New
are polar opposites.
we are like I like Captain America because of his fighting style. Like it's not just that explodes is actually like some kind of martial art, and
Eh. Eh. It's throwing
yeah,
a
like
shield.
it's
It's
hand to
throwing.
hand combat. It's not shooting some
It's
laser
throwing
beams.
a shield. First of
Nah.
all, Iron Man's whole concept isn't just shooting laser beams.
Yeah, I know. I don't dislike Iron Man. I think his like if I will have to identify myself with either Captain America and Iron Man, I would more say Iron Man than Captain America since I'm more of brain guy than brawn guy. Yeah.
Oh, okay, then I would probably identify myself with more of Captain America. But if you're okay, so if you're Captain America and I'm Iron Man, does that make Sam Thor?
Let's not make sense. So okay.
Then who's Thor? Because Sam was in because in the first episode of the podcast it was me, you, and Sam. I think I don't think Salami was here.
He wasn't?
I don't think he was here in the first episode.
Okay. Um
So Salami's Hulk. I'm Iron Man. You're Captain America, and Sam's Thor. Then, then somebody's got to be Hawk. Then who's Hawkeye? I guess Phoenix, because he's been in. He, I guess him. It's either him or Axel.
hmm. And who is Zero? Nick Fury.
Oh yeah, Zero probably is Nick Fury. I feel so sorry if they watch this episode. The Masters say that's the Avengers. That's
The Marvel 8 podcast.
the Marvel 8 podcast. All right. I think that's all the news we got. Nothing else was released, confirmed, other than the CGI getting in Pokemon Unite. That's it.
Oh
We got
yeah.
no other news.
My favorite Alolan Saga.
Ew, gross. Incineroar was clearly better, but we're not gonna have that argument.
We'll have this conversation next time.
Yeah, we'll have this conversation next cast. So, Dino, do you have anything you want to say?
Yeah, I do. That's the Master 8 podcast. I'm the host. You know,
No, I was
and
actually about to not make this podcast because I was in a car without my data. So I was gonna say, "Oh yeah, Sam's in charge."
yeah, for sure.
I'm surprised you didn't get offended. It's like, why is Sam in charge? I've been here the second most times.
Yeah, like I'm not even surprised that you will put Sam in charge. I'm more surprised that you didn't put Craig in charge.
No, Craig is a special role. He doesn't need to be in charge.
He's always in charge. Like if he just disconnects and the whole podcast will just collapse.
Yeah, let's just hope Craig never goes down one day.
True.
Then we're screwed. But
Well then,
there is one thing I wanted to ask the audience. Would y'all be down if we did a Masters 8 podcast live, like just one episode live?
mm,
Not saying it will happen in the near future, just saying, it could possibly happen where we just do like Masters 8 live and we're just it's just a podcast live.
yeah, like a special episode or something, like the mini Q
Yeah.
and A or something.
Yeah, once I get a laptop. Slow your roll there, buddy.
Mm.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Yeah, well then.
All right. Okay, so thank you for all for being here in the Masters 8 podcast. We had a great time talking. We talked about Marvel. We talked about My Hero for like 2 seconds. We talked about BDSP. Okay, question of the day. Let us know what superheroes we would be in the MCU. I think I would still be Iron Man. And if anybody says
Yeah.
Black Panther because I'm the only black guy in this podcast, that ain't funny. That ain't funny. That ain't funny. I may be African and black, but that ain't funny.
Oh yeah, I know who Sam is. Sam is Falcon because Sam Wilson.
Yeah, that Sam is Falcon. Then who's Thor? No, because it makes sense for Sam to be Thor because he was the third one. And so in Endgame, let's just say it's the Masters 8 Endgame, it's just me, you, and Sam because we were the first three. That makes sense.
And you say Sam became an alcoholic.
Okay, then that brings up another question. Is Zero Spider-Man? Is Zero Spider-Man? So in the Infinity War, he's just like, Mr. Samurai, I don't feel so good at this. Oh, okay. Okay, that's been the Masters Day podcast. Dino, say your goodbye.
Bye.
All right, guys, that's Samurai. I have nothing else to say. Remember to subscribe, like, share. Go subscribe to Dino's channel. It'll be in the link in the description if I remember. All right, sayonara, everybody.